Hey ladies, my name is Brayden, and today I'm gonna see Superman, so this is my pre-Superman review. Before I see Superman, I'm gonna do some shopping too. So what am I expecting? From what I've seen from it, I thought Moist Critical's review was pretty good. It kind of sold me. My opinion on white stuff? Okay. I thought his review of Captain America Brave New World was pretty bad, because that movie was super good. I don't think this movie is gonna be better than that, but I feel like it's gonna be the same tier as Guardians of the Galaxy because James Gunn's making it. I'm interested to see characters like Maxwell Lord pop to mind, because that's Sean Gunn and he's in Gilmore Girls. It's like, whoa. When I'm in casted as a superhero, if I were in DC, I'd want to be a Robin. So which one do you think I could be? Or I'd want to be Impulse. If you know who that is. There's a lot of characters I'd want to be. You know what I mean? Like, audition for, or they give it to me. Okay, who do I think I am? Also, if I were in a horror movie, like, which franchise do you think I'm gonna rejuvenate? Like Friday the 13th? Or if they make new Halloween movies, and they have me be the new Laurie Strode. I think that's her name. But yeah, I think Friday the 13th would be really cool to star in. Or anything. Anything would be nice to star in. Dead by Daylight in real life. That'd be cool. That actually would be cool. There's so much potential. People aren't really thinking about the scripts they could be creating. Child's Play. That'd be so cool. Scream. Yeah, I'll get there eventually. Okay, Superman review. From what I've heard, it's a super hopeful movie. I've also the Escape podcast. I watched a few minutes of their review on it, but I'm just like, yeah, I don't want to spoil it for myself or anything. I already saw Moist Critical's review. Okay, I really like how, from what I've seen, it feels like it's going to be grounded. Like, Most Critical said they touched on a lot of stuff in the universe, which was kind of my fear of starting in the universe. Like, me personally, I feel like they're drifting away from the MCU template, which isn't really a template. It's just like how you should do a universe, is how I think. And there's only like 2 companies besides like Image Comics, but I'm just saying that one's not as big. They don't have live action movies and stuff yet. So Marvel and DC are like the top 2, and I think starting a universe for Superman is, from what I hear, he gets his ass kicked every fight. Literally every fight he gets laid out like a Family Guy character, and that's gonna be super disappointing to see because he's Superman. But I think if this is what they're doing, if they're building him up this way, I think it just means that like Superman's not gonna be a pussy in the next movies. Like, he's their main guy. Like, that's what they're gonna look at him for. He's gonna be like, he's not gonna get his ass handed to him when he fights Doomsday or something, you know what I mean? Or he's gonna be able to hold his own against his Zod and stuff. As opposed to how Man of Steel went. That's just what I think they're going towards, but I hear there's a lot of jokes and it's comic reliefy. Like, there's a joke with Crypto at the end, and yeah, that would kind of irk me too. And I can totally tell what they mean by Lex Luthor's a bit whiny, but he's still good, like, because the actor plays him well. I really like the DCAU super Lex Luthor. I was hoping he'd be more like that, or Smallville's Lex Luthor, but I think they're trying to go into a different direction. I don't know, I'll have to let you know what I think about him. I don't like Nathan Fillion, Guy Gardner. He just doesn't look like Guy Gardner, simply, to me. Honestly, that's why I don't like him. I think his personality and the actor is well, but I don't get it. Like, it's just not Guy Gardner to me. I don't know his character that well. Like, I don't know about the gym teacher stuff and all that. But when I think of Guy Gardner, I think of he's the third Green Lantern, so he's got to be like younger than the first two. That's just what I think. And then also he's way more hot-headed and not in a like funny way. He's hot-headed and like he's angry. He becomes a Red Lantern at some point. Like that's literally his character. So yeah, I just don't like it. Also Kyle Rayner. That'd be so cool. He's my favorite Green Lantern ever. I think it's like a generational thing, how Green Lanterns work. Let me know your favorite. I think Jessica Cruz is the hottest. And Hal Jordan's my least favorite, but I like the character of Hal Jordan. I like how he exists, as he's controversial in the past, but now he's still kind of being good. And how they all kind of become vessels for other entities of the rings. Okay, that's Green Lantern stuff. I really like it. I wonder if they're gonna touch on the Teen Titans or anything, or the Speed Force, because those are like my favorite aspects of the DC universe. Is like the dynamics of sidekicks, kinda. I think they're younger heroes with real heroes in them. I'm just excited for a Teen Titans movie. I guess that'd be really cool to see, like how, because I saw this on YouTube, is the Teen Titans go to Tokyo, and I remember watching it as a child. That was so good with my brothers. Those were the times. So if they like made a movie just like that, I think it'd be really good. And what I mean is they touch on so many things, because this is the first movie, and I don't like that they start in the middle of it, because how do Superman and Batman not know each other, but Superman's been Superman for how many years? I'll find out. And then Batman, Batman's probably my favorite DC character besides the Flash, or they're both tied, I'd say. Because at their core, they feel the most human. And Batman, if he's been being Batman for years in Gotham, it just feels like Ben Affleck's Batman, which I hated, because Batman doesn't kill, which I don't think they're gonna do that. But I don't like that he's been Batman for years and then he's just like letting Superman be, you know what I mean? When you find out Superman exists and you're Batman, you go after him and you find out everything about him, which I'm sure he like does the flight patterns or whatever he does to do to track him, and like knows who he is and stuff by now in universe. I just don't like that they both exist, and I feel like they're not going to acknowledge each other. I don't even know if there'll be a cameo, which they had in Creature Commandos. I don't know, I think it's just such a weird place to start with a Clayface movie and stuff, and that's literally what people are not asking for. Everybody's hot. James Gunn has stands just as bad as Snyder has stands. All of the James Gunn stands are hopping on the Clayface. I think Clayface casting's really good too, but at the end of the day, why does he need a movie? Why can't Clayface versus Batman be a movie? It doesn't need to be called that. I'm saying like Clayface be the main villain, and it is a horror movie, maybe even rated R. That'd be so crazy. Like, I want to see Batman. I don't want to see Clayface. I don't want to see an origin of Clayface or a build-up to a Batman movie. I'm just not interested in it. Maybe that's a bad take. No, because what is Clayface gonna do for an hour and a half? Be so fucking for real. Like, if they made the Batman movie, they could give 30 minutes of screen time to that Clayface, and then Batman's moving around for the hour. And that literally makes a lot of sense. And also, they better flesh out the Robins, right? I don't want Red Hood to not be Red Hood. You know what I mean? He's Jason Todd and he dies and all that. That needs to be his origin. I just appreciate that, following the foundation of that, which I hope is what happens in this universe. I know Supergirl gets a cameo. I saw her. She was in a trench coat. And is that her arriving? Because that'd be such a cool post-credit scene. It'd be crazy. I don't think it is. I think she's established, but I really want to see Supergirl become like a Red Lantern and stuff in the universe. They say her movie's gonna be a Space Odyssey. That'd be really cool. Also be nice if they could start intermingling characters like a Young Justice movie and she was in it. That'd be so compelling. Or just, I think she's a simple Justice League member, but characters like that. Like if they introduced Wonder Girl, and Wonder Girl's not a main Teen Titan, but then they add her into the Teen Titans, sort of like how they do with Terra. I think that'd be interesting, but I'm just reaching around stuff they're probably not even tapping on. But I think that's one of the problems I'm gonna complain about is there's gonna be so much stuff that doesn't really get explored. And it's like, well, why don't they just do this? Why don't they do that? And I think the comic relief doesn't help. What am I talking about? I haven't seen it yet. So here there are emotional beats where the comedic relief undercut it, and that kind of ruined them. But there's one scene where Superman talks to his dad, and his dad tells him to be hopeful, and I think that's gonna be really good to see. When I saw Thunderbolts in theaters, Florence Pugh, her speech to her dad, like when the void's coming, and she's like, "I'm so lonely." I literally cried. I was just sitting there by myself in the theaters crying. So I don't think this will do that to me. But I'm still excited to see that scene because it doesn't get undercut. And I like that his dad doesn't die to a tornado. And he's like, "What the fuck do you mean? I can save you." Like, can we talk about that for a minute? Man of Steel, did he just like end it? Why? So that way the public didn't know. It's like nobody would have even seen you get saved from in a tornado. Your son was right next to it. The only reason he lived is because he's Superman. It doesn't even make sense. Okay. So what am I expecting? I hear every scene in the movie is good, but it's just too long. Or like, every scene is good, but there's just too many scenes, is what I heard. So I'm expecting it to kind of bore me because I'm not a Snyder fan, but I'm just not really into what James Gunn is building. But I do think the Superman symbol itself, I think the twist with his parents is really cool. Like, that's a good direction to take it. I think the symbol really like matches what he's building here. Like they're probably gonna do something more similar to the DCAU eventually, is how I feel, and this is just an in-between stage before they have their sort of Crisis on Infinite Earths, which they reboot everything, or something like that, however it happens. Which would be monumental. Something else, I really want Barry Allen to be the Flash first, because then we'll have Wally West for years after that. That's the whole thing. Like, I want his origin to not be like they did in the CW either, where he gets his powers from a villain. I want it to be the action. He tries to recreate Barry's accent or however it is. I want to see it live action. I don't really know how his origin goes, but I think it's really interesting. And I like Wally West a lot. He's the fastest speedster ever. But what I'm expecting is for the movie to be inspirational and hopeful, because David Cornsweet really feels like Clark Kent, really feels like Superman. Well, actually, there's only a few scenes with Clark Kent I hear too. I also hear the relationship with Lois and Clark is kind of stale, and I can kind of see that. I wonder if they're going towards a divorce or something, and then maybe even get back together. I mean, I don't know. I haven't even seen the movie. I haven't even watched the most recent trailer, but I can totally see that. How Lois and Clark don't connect. I don't know. I just don't feel chemistry. Is that crazy? I don't think it's the actors lacking chemistry. I feel like they're both just really good people, so they don't want to commit to loving each other on screen. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. I haven't seen it yet. Do you understand what I'm saying? How that could be? How they're both really good at their roles and how they really want to play these characters, but it's just like if they tapped into that too much, then they would fall for each other, like the Notebook. I think that's the thing with actors. I don't know. So I feel like that just a little flair is missing, but I'll let you know. And then about the hopeful and inspirational, I'm not really feeling it. Like when I saw Thunderbolts, that scene, I saw it on my phone, like a sneak peek of the movie, and that's what made me want to go see the movie. It's like, wow, this is so good. But Superman, I'm not seeing any sneak peeks I'm interested in. All of them are just him fighting kaijus and some imp, which I think is really interesting too. Also, there's the decision Hawk Girl makes at the end of the movie, I guess, which I think is like, how do they deal with the aftermath of that? I heard it, and I wonder what they do about that. Like, is it okay that she did that to Superman at least, or how would Batman feel? Anyways, I think Superman taking down like a kaiju, it's not like a named villain or anything. I think that's pretty like, that's good filler. You know what I mean? But I feel like there's a lot of that, a lot of filler, and he gets his ass handed to him every fight, like I said. Also, Ultraman, I don't know what they do with that or who that is, if that's going to be Bizarro, because I hear it's just a clone of him. I think they show Lex's intellect really good, but they just make him this petty big baby, and I don't see him like that. I don't see him as, he's not as whiny as they're going to make him in my mind. Like, I think a Lego Batman 2 had a really good adaptation of Lex Luthor, where like, it was just by the books. He hates Superman because he wants to kill him. He's an alien and he thinks he's gonna take over the world, which is, in this movie, that's a great assumption, but they don't go that far. It's more of a small man complex. He's like, oh, I'm smart, and Superman's he's super powerful and strong, and you're gonna make people forget that. But metahumans have existed on this earth for years, so I don't understand Lex Luthor's mindset. He's just some insecure dude. Which at the core of his character, yeah, that's him. But you know that, if you know that one scene where Lex Luthor's in prison and he invites Clark Kent to be his journalist, and parasites in the prison and stuff, and Lex Luthor can't tell Clark Kent is Superman. He's just talking to him like a human. And he's like, oh, you're such a clumsy guy, Clark. You're freaking dark. You're nothing like Superman. But he's talking to Superman, and it's showing Lex's intelligence. But at the same time, Lex is naive because right in front of him is Superman, and even Parasite absorbs Superman's powers and he still doesn't know. Because he just can't believe it. He can't believe Superman would be a good person. He's so self-absorbed. I feel like they lose that. They make him kind of make him a joke, which I'm not interested in. So I'll let you know how I feel about that. I didn't like Jesse Eisenberg's Lex Luthor, of course. I think he would have been a really good Riddler. But I still think he's gonna be like, I'm gonna look at them too. I'm gonna be like, well, Jesse Eisenberg would have been more scary than this guy. You know what I mean? Like, that's a real threat. This is just villain of the week type, which Lex Luthor is not. Lex Luthor is Brainiac in some cases, mind taken over, and I feel like he's on par with Bruce Wayne, not just Superman. So maybe going into it, I'll be like, oh, okay, well, now I feel... People are saying it makes you want to be a good person, but I already feel like a good person. I already feel like I want to be better every day. So what would going into it teach me? I don't know, maybe it'll just help me patch up some issues that I've been dealing with lately by hearing a certain speech or something. You know, because that's just how life works. Like, everything kind of happens for a reason. I'm going to the mall. Am I nervous about it? No, not really, because I'm just gonna go into the place and dominate my space. Like, if I don't know where something is, you gotta learn how, right? So you just go and do it. Because what am I scared of? What people are gonna be like, oh, look at this guy, he doesn't know what he's looking for. I'll just be like, yeah, I don't. Like, I think at the end of the day, everybody's gonna like me. Like, if you just knew me or talked to me, I really feel that way about everybody too, and reciprocation, I'd hope. So if I'm like, yeah, I just want to look cool and confident and pretty, but not in a girly way, can you help me find a chain I like? Then they would help me. I'm going to go shopping for some style, and then I'm gonna see Superman.
You're gonna go shopping for some style?
Yeah, I'm gonna get some chains and some shorts.
Chains?
Yeah.
Okay.
Feeling confident, like something to grab. I don't know.
Okay, well, hey, good for you.
Thanks. Are you having a good day?
I am having a great day.
That's what I like to say. Having a great day, feeling good.
Yeah. And I gotta go see the new Superman movie.
Yeah, are you interested?
Turn right.
I
then
am
turn right.
interested in watching it. I'm 56 years old, so I grew up on Superman, Spider-Man, Batman.
I love Spider-Man and Batman.
I liked Spider-Man. I did not like the cartoon one though.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
It was okay, but
I don't think I'll ever go back and watch that.
yeah, I just wasn't a fan.
Turn left.
Got it. I bought a book for Spider-Man recently. That's pretty nice.
Oh, we have the right of way, huh? Okay. I love my favorite one is Batman
Why?
because he doesn't have any superpowers.
Yeah, I like his human aspect. I like his heart too. I think that's what makes him more human.
I like all his gadgets.
Yeah, they're cool.
Right or cancel.
What's your favorite gadget?
Well, the car,
No, I wouldn't have guessed that.
and I like the things that go up in the air, his little bat things.
Batarangs?
Yeah.
Sick.
Yes.
First, I hit up H&M. Just trying to embrace my style, find what I like. Not really trying to impress anybody. Just want to feel like me. I'm not just doing this to spend. I'm just getting into what feels right for me. Feels like a step forward. Really want to show my becoming, be who I want to be, and I'm really thankful that I am able to get the things I want. Yeah.
So the story is buy two, get two free in the store.
So do I still get two, or is that deal gone now?
Well, I have to return them, and then you have to rebuy them.
Okay.
Because if not always online is the same as in the store, but that's what I thought. So you got two pieces in here, right? So I can do a return on it.
Would that return right away to my card? Because that's the only way I can do it.
Is it?
It's Cash App.
Has it? I know, but has it already come out of your account? It did, and probably not then.
Darn.
So what you can do is you can. I don't know if it'll still be going on Monday. You can check and see if it's still going on Monday and then exchange them. I don't know if it'll get. It's still going to take a couple days, but since it's the weekend. Do it as no receipt, because what we're doing is going to put it on a gift card because he doesn't have enough. If we return it, the money's not going to go back on his account. So.
Oh, that looked like the bathrooms right there. No, I'm just recording. Thanks though. Oh yeah. Okay, this is my Superman review, and it's be a little over the place, and I'm gonna reference things like what Moist Critical talked about, and my opinion on the movie based on that and more. I mean, not like it is that. I don't go there for my opinion. I go there for perspectives on the world. Like when the Captain America Brave New World came out, he talked about it. He talked about the political controversy, and he was a little against it. Superman, there is political controversy. He's an immigrant. Literally, he's an alien on Earth. I mean, that's just the reality of the situation. I know he was like I don't even know what else you say about that. It's just what it is. I don't think anybody can argue with that. It is an immigrant story, and America's built on immigrants. So, yeah, just yeah, that's it. I don't see any weight to it, honestly. I mean, I can understand where it's coming from. It's just that's normal. That's how I see it. Unless you're like Lex Luthor, which is who I kind of had a complaint with, it just feels like they didn't know what they wanted to do with him because the way or maybe they have a great plan with him, but I just think he's a man-child. He doesn't have a small man complex. It just feels like his whole motive is to take down Superman, and he uses this other country, and he creates this whole plan of funding it and stuff, and being king of where they take over. I'm calling it Lexoria or something. Oh yeah, this is kind of having spoilers, but when I say, you're still gonna be able to enjoy the movie because spoilers make it better. Fun fact. it doesn't really make sense. Lex said his whole plan was just to take out Superman, but what Lex learned was that they decoded the message from his parents, and his parents are it's like they kind of take from Invincible a bit, and they also take from The Boys, with Ultraman being just like Black Noir until like the last minute of the movie. He's just, or the last minute of his fight scene, he's just there. You know what I mean? He's like silent and brooding. You kind of think there's like, oh, there's something going on with him, but then you just find out, I'm pretty sure he's going to be Bizarro, which they cut that off really well, so that's all Ultraman done. Also, the engineer, she was a good villain, but I feel like they were setting her up. Clark kept trying to talk to her, speak to her, and he's like talking about humanity. Also, Lex Luthor, there's a scene where he plays Russian roulette with a guy, and he ends him, unfortunately, just randomly, just because he likes Superman one time. And he's like, I'm gonna keep doing this with everybody until whatever. He's like, even Clark Kent. Okay, in the movie they say Clark Kent has magic glasses, which is why people can't distinguish his face. But Lex Luthor cloned the dude. Okay? He somehow cloned him. Also, there's so much like science and stuff where it's just like, Jesus Christ, Lex Luthor's a freaking genius. He's the smartest dude on Earth. Like, why does he care so much? I mean, I guess it's not a small man complex. What he wants to do is be the greatest. He wants to be one of the greats. He hears his name with Albert Einstein and other people, and he's like, oh, it almost makes me puke just hearing my name put along with those people, rather than like putting his name with Superman. So he wants to be the guy that takes out this foreign alien who's a bad guy. That's all he sees him as, just somebody who comes to Earth and then says he's better than all the people on Earth. So then he goes to the Fortress of Solitude and he decodes a message from his parents that glitched out when Clark got to Earth. And the first half of the message is like, we love you, Kal-El. And the second half is like, you gotta spread your seed and you gotta impregnate, well, that's what spread your seed. You gotta take over the world and rule it and be the last son of Krypton. So then Lex Luthor like uses that as fuel, but at first it's all just petty. They call it envy. He's like, yeah, I'm envy. He's like, I know I have envy, and then he's like, and then I found out this. So going into it, that wasn't his mindset. He literally just doesn't like Superman. Is all. He starts a whole war just because he doesn't like this dude. But then after that, he finds out, oh, he actually does want to rule us. So it's like, well, can't we look at his side for a minute? Like, guys, this is really scary. If Superman did his parents' goal, so they kind of changed like all the lore, or at least main continuity lore, I'm sure, from how it started out, and they gave it that Voltramite twist or whatever. It's just the reality of the situation. I had some Steve Lombards behind me, but like a bunch of college kids laughing at every joke that wasn't funny. It was like just laughing at moments where I could, like, they would just laugh and it just wouldn't be funny, so then I just wouldn't be able to hear what they're talking about. And it's like, what? Not like it was super persistent, but some dude kept kicking my chair, and I think he was doing it as a joke. He only did it like 3 times, but I think he was like, look, I'm kicking his chair. Like 4 or 5 people chose to sit right behind me, and there was everything in front of me was open, and to the right of me, like I took one seat wherever. It's like there's a seat by the wall that's open, and then it's me, and I'm in the row in front of the back row. There's all these seats open in the entire theater, and they sat right behind me. I turned around like towards the end of the movie. I'm like, what are you doing? Because he kept kicking. He's like, what? What do you mean what? There's no way your leg's shaking that bad. What are you so nervous about? So yeah, they kept laughing at, like, Superman got kicked in the crotch, and they're like, oh, that's gotta hurt. Like, yeah, but like, it wasn't that kind of moment. It was like, oh fuck, can he come back from that? Not like, oh, he got kicked in the nuts. I don't know. I thought that it just didn't hit me. They kind of ruined it. Okay, that's the theater experience. Yeah, I don't fuck with it. Jimmy Olsen was like my favorite part of the movie. Going into it, thought I was going to have a complaint about him. No offense, I really like the actor in Vacation and Santa Clarita Diet, but I thought in this I always imagined Jimmy Olsen as, I know he's kind of a redhead maybe in real life, or I don't think so, but I'm talking about the actor. I always imagined somebody like Dez from Austin and Ally, or he plays the best friend in The Thinning. I don't know the actor's name, I'm sorry, not off the top of my head. It's like spinning though, and not like that's super common for it to be spinning in my head like it is right now. I'm sorry, I can't remember it. But yeah, him, like a redhead like that is who I imagine is Jimmy Olsen, or Guy Gardner. I did not like Guy Gardner in this. I thought he said a lot of lines that are what Guy Gardner would say, but he just didn't feel like him. He just felt like some older man pretending to be like hip and flip off all the time, and it's just like, you could care more, or I don't know. I just think he does. I don't know. Just didn't feel like it. Felt like a caricature, not a real person. Hot Girl was really good, but that scene I was talking about where she kills the dude, it's like, aren't there repercussions to that? They don't expand on that, but I feel like that was really not a good superhero move, honestly. Like, I liked her character up until that. And then Mr. Terrific, he was great. He was like Batman, but he's a completely different character. He's like emotionless, and that's his thing, but it's a great setup with him and Superman's relationship to what Batman can be. And I liked all the parts that I was talking about where I said they could touch it. That's what she said. Like the aspects of the universe, they touched on Supergirl at the end, and I thought that was good, the way they brought her up, and how I said she's like a Space Odyssey character rather than some girl on Earth trying to learn what it's like to be on Earth. The messages are really good. The messages were about the message from the parents, Clark's real parents, the message is from the real parents, but I'm saying Ma and Pa Kent, they're like his real parents because they raised him. And then his dad told him, he's like, I couldn't be more proud of you. Oh, and oh my goodness, he only had a few scenes, but they're setting up his past scene's gonna suck. I almost cried, but I didn't cry because the people behind me kind of ruined it, honestly. Just be respectful when you go to a theater. Also, at the end, people were clapping, like the movie wasn't done. It was just like the final song, cinema. Even when they walked out of the theater, and I don't know if they had like a disability or something. Well, that's so mean to say, but like, why, like, homegirl, or oh heck, the movie's not done yet. Okay, what are you talking about? It just like, I don't know, I feel like they were trying to be funny and nobody was laughing, so they kept repeating the joke. Even on the way out is why I mentioned that. But the message from Pa Kent, I'm so proud of you. Your parents aren't supposed to mold you into who you are. They're just supposed to supply the tools so that way your actions and your choices make you who you are. It's pretty much that. And that really resonated. You know, I said, oh, there's always a reason. I knew that was the message going into it. But yeah, I'm glad I heard it. I wish they felt that way too. You know, the lady in the Uber before I got there, I told her I was like telling her about my style, what colors I'm gonna look for, which are earth tones. And she's like, oh yeah, my son, he's 17, and you know, I always tell him what kind of style to pick out, and he finally started coming around to it. He's like, oh yeah, mom, it's really nice, and it just kind of gave me like bad flashbacks. I'm like, oh, that reminds me of my mom. And it just like, didn't she sound so nice in the car? But then it's just like, I felt that grapple of control in her life, and I didn't like it, and I don't know her at all or to base that off of, but I'm basing it off my own experience where it's like, yeah, you are supposed to provide the tools. You're not supposed to mold them into who they are. When I brought this up in another video, like when your kid tells you your passion, hey, I want to be an astronaut, wouldn't you support them? Wouldn't you imagine their life as an astronaut? Like I always ask my, or I don't always, I did ask my dad, what did you think I was gonna be? He said an entertainer. And I don't get, and I just think he was saying that because I have a following and stuff. And he's like, oh, I always thought you were gonna be a comedian or something. Just, like he didn't even have an answer. And it's just, aren't you thinking about it as background all the time? I don't know. Don't you just care? Not to get too deep into it, I felt that aspect of control because I'm in the middle of a review. Just the way she was saying it, like it felt more like, it reminded me of how my mom would force me to wear clothes, and it's like, these aren't the clothes I like I don't like this kind of name brand, to be honest. Like this is fine because it's a gray shirt and this is gray too, it just kind of blends together. But I don't even like the Under Armour logo, to be honest. It's just what I have. See, I didn't like that. But at the end of the day, it's like, oh, I'm going to find my own style. That's what I'm doing. You know what I mean? It's not somebody's influence on me. And then the other message. Okay, well, part of the first message, it means more that Clark saw himself as this good person. Like you kind of have to remember that, right? Because like, what do you do when your whole world breaks like that? He lives his life as Superman, or as Clark Kent, thinking that his parents sent him here to love and protect and serve the people of Earth, but instead it's actually to rule over and then recreate the Kryptonian population. Like, how is he supposed to feel about that? And then, I mean, like, you just can't respect their wishes. I'm sure they'll dive into the second movie. It's a great plot point to go through. But the way they did the universe is really good. I liked the cameo of Maxwell Lord, but I'm really intrigued to find out what kind of character he is, because Maxwell Lord, he is supposed to be like Lex Luthor, I thought, just a little more manipulative, and he just feels a little more comic booky. I thought the Daily Planet cast was great. Like Steve Lombard, you know what I mean? All the people behind me, just a bunch of fucking dopes. Respectfully. Who do I think I am? Not somebody who kicks the back of a seat. My feet didn't even touch that far. You know what I mean? Like, there's not enough room. You have to be going out of your way to do it. And he was with a girl too, so I know she thought that shit was unattractive. He was laughing at all the wrong moments too. It wasn't in a cute way. It wasn't in like a childhood. Why am I so petty about it? It wasn't in like a childhood, oh my god, I'm seeing my hero Superman way. It's just like, like, what are you laughing at? The movie just started. Like Crypto, at the start of the movie, Crypto jumps onto Superman when he's all beat up. He loses his first fight and he gets pummeled. And like, it's like, oh my god, poor Superman. That's how I feel. It's not funny at all. Like, what a mangy dog, as a joke. Also, I didn't think the comedy undercut anything except for the Ultraman fight. When Mr. Terrific's looking down, he's like, "Were you playing fetch down there?" Or something like that. He's like, "It's not playtime." And I didn't even know what he was saying that to, but it was just because there's an ongoing joke of Crypto chasing every circular object. Spear shape, I mean, in chomping it down. But I thought Mr. Terrific was good. He was like a MacGuffin, but it's like, where's Batman during all this? They sort of had a cataclysmic event that happened like in Man of Steel, and I feel like it was to draw that parallel, so that way they can include Batman to be more present in Superman's life, because, I mean, like, they're like the world's finest. That's what you'd call them. And also, Superman just stood, like, I feel like they were trying to get comic panels, like that's what the shots were, but Superman just stood around a lot. And I know in the grand scheme of things in the movie, because it's a movie, like, people weren't dying in the background, but there was too many things happening for there to not be casualties. That was one of my complaints too. Like, Superman just kind of stood there aura farming, like pushing a building up and then just kind of like sitting with it for a bit, so that way the people can get out. And I mean, I know that's why the people were getting out, but he was sitting there longer, or he was standing after he got out of fog, so that way they could like see him in the background. they just didn't really feel like powerful scenes. They felt more like he's just standing there while he could be doing more. Like go grab some more blocks that are falling. What the hell? You know what I mean? Just destruction's happening, which I know you can't stop as a hero. It just happens, collateral damage. But yeah, Lex Luthor was doing so many things that could destroy Earth. It didn't make any sense. Like you're not gonna have Earth. And he's like, well, he even says, well, if that's what they want, then they can have them. He's like, if they choose him over me, then whatever. But it's like, it just feels satirical, I guess, because there's no way this dude's that petty over that. Like, how do you care? Like, how do you care that much, right? Like, because I'm telling you, it's not a small man complex. Like, he has to have some origin or something. Like maybe he wasn't small. Like, there's a lot of parallels to Smallville, I felt, especially in the Daily Planet. At the start, the Daily Planet felt really comic booky, but then it just became like a normal, great setting. Like, it was like my favorite part to be while it was all happening. I liked Perry White. My complaint with him was his cigar was always lit, even when he was in a closed capsule. It was like, well, okay, that's a little too comic booky. Like, there's just some of that where it's like the whole point of movies is just to watch it realistically, isn't it? That's just what I felt. I would still rate it like a 9 out of 10 or 8.5 out of 10, even though it's not. Like, Superman's not my favorite character, so I don't think it's something I would rewatch a lot. But I could say that about a lot of movies, like Avengers. It just isn't my favorite movie to rewatch, even though it still holds up till today, I hear. But yeah, another thing. I didn't get bored during the scenes. I got bored of the people laughing and interrupting what they were saying. It kind of took me out of the movie. I think that's the only problem, was the theatrical atmosphere. And it wasn't even that bad. Like, I'm harping on it way too much. It seriously wasn't that bad. It just was minor inconveniences. It was just like, don't you understand other people are here right now? You know what I mean? Like, don't you want to watch Superman? Like, why, like, chill out. And then the second message was, like, Superman makes mistakes. He's human. And I thought that was the best speech in the whole movie. And it had a great shot with the sun behind him. I wonder if that sun was real or not, because, like, the last complaint I had was the CGI. People are saying the CGI is great. And I think, like, if Fantastic Four CGI is like this, it's gonna hurt my head, because just the robots and stuff, you could just tell that, like, nothing's there at the end of the day. And like, I don't know why that pulls me out of it, because you can watch a cartoon, right? But yeah, the robots, and then there's just so many flying scenes that are all great. I feel like that's where most of their budget has to go, especially at the start. The first half of the flying scenes are great, but then the second half, they're fighting inside this void thing, this other dimension that's breaking into Earth, this black hole. And it just feels like they only did that because green screen. But Metropolis is all green screen, which Metropolis looks really well. Makes me excited for Gotham. But I kind of liked how they were setting up Gotham and the Batman. It just felt more realistic, kind of like Detroit, rather than this Metropolis, which just felt like New York on steroids. So the messages were really good. And Lex Luthor was just like kind of crying at the end. He was just kind of sat there, and oh my goodness, all his goons, like, why are they working for him? Like, everybody in his office, they must be getting paid well, but like, don't they have families and lives? Like, there's one dude who's like, I want to pull this, like, Lex, we got to pull the switch. Like, we're not going to have anywhere to land at this point. And then Lex is just like, no, we gotta keep doing it. We gotta keep going. I just didn't get it. I didn't get what the motive was there. I feel like they were just bad to be bad. Ran out of storage. I'm just saying, like I said with Guy Gardner, a lot of caricatures, it just didn't really feel like these people lived lives and stuff. But the one thing that I said was a complaint before I even saw it, so I prejudged it for no reason. I caught that, Nat. Proud of me. Was Clark and Lois's relationship. I thought it was gonna be like, wasn't gonna work for me, because Lois is like, oh, I kind of thought about breaking up with him. And also the other unfunny scene was when Clark was like, oh yeah, he's kind of a bad dog. I guess the ending kind of makes sense. But yeah, it's like, why is Crypto so bad? Like why isn't he a good dog? Or I guess he kind of is. Okay. They use the dog as comic relief, which just, it doesn't make me laugh, but it's not stupid. You know what I mean? Like, there's a Cat in the Hat ad before, and it had a toot joke. It was like, that was not funny. Even though Steve Lombard's behind me, we're so excited for that movie. I already knew about it. Like, a lot of things would happen, and I feel like this is just James Gunn's writing. A lot of things would happen. No offense. I'm just saying. Like, Element Man, which is Metamorpho, he is a bad guy at first, and then he turns to a good guy, but it's like, it doesn't make sense, that turn. It feels more like timing and convenience and all that, but even then, like, the timing's really unstructured, not gonna lie. But yeah, it showed Superman's brains over bronze, I guess, is what they were trying to get to at the end, because he like laughed at Lex. He outsmarted him at the end out of everything. Because Ultraman is just a clone of Superman, is how I said they set up Bizarro, and they make him outfly a black hole so many times, twice, which is the biggest feat you could have as a superhero, I think, like one of them, because it's really hard to do that. My friends used to say when I wanted to be the Flash and I wanted to run out of one. Superman just does it so casually, he blows away from it. And I know he's Superman, but you know how I compared him to Invincible? He gets his ass handed to him so many times in the movie. It's like, oh, Batman's whooping this dude. Like, this is not core Superman. This dude can't go toe-to-toe with Batman. I'm telling you. It's just not possible. This dude can't go toe-to-toe with Green Lantern, honestly. Like, he'd struggle, because he did with the Engineer. He almost died, but he used his brain. Not really. He just went up really high and fell down. That's really what happened. Which, I mean, like, ugh. When they did that scene, it showed Lex Luthor caring for Engineer, which I just thought was so interesting. And also, I'm realizing right now, Engineer is not Mercy, and I like Mercy a lot. She's Lex Luthor's assistant who wears a cap. Also, Lex Luthor's like really, he just, you know how I called him envy and petty? He has a prison inside his pocket dimension where he puts all his ex-girlfriends in. It's so confusing and weird. Like, it's just, it feels like he's not fleshed out. He's portrayed really well. The actor did a great job, but it just like, there's so many different directions. It feels like an American Psycho scene where he told him to act it out this way, act it out that way. Like he doesn't have a real motive other than hating Superman, which is like, you'd think that's the core of his character, but it's not. Lex Luthor does so many things in the DC universe, in my opinion. He's in competition with Bruce Wayne for Billionaire of the Year. That's how I see him. Not as Superman's rival. I mean, yeah, he's Superman's rival. He's Superman's Joker, but he's not the Joker. You know what I mean? He's calculated. He shouldn't have got arrested. He should have had a backup plan other than just running away. Yeah, that didn't really make sense to me. Maybe this is his plan. I didn't watch the post-credit scene, but like how Jesse Eisenberg talked to Deathstroke on the boat. Something like that. I thought it was really good. You should watch it with a lady, probably, because that Lois and Clark relationship, I have to finish that thought. They only been dating for 3 months, and they're not even dating. They don't call it that, just seeing each other. And also, so many people know Clark's secret. Even though he has hypno glasses, he like tells people he's Superman. I mean, like the Justice Gang, that's what they call him. And I think Perry White knew too. He's like, how long they've been seeing each other, but he's talking about Lois. But like at the end of the day, like he's gonna know that Lois and Clark get married and stuff. So, because Lois goes up and kisses Superman inside a mall after like Metropolis gets saved, and Perry White's like, how long have they been doing that? What do you mean, how long they've been doing? You know he's Superman or what? Which is funny and ironic, I guess, if you watched it. But yeah, if you knew he was Superman, you wouldn't give his secret out. And also, I like how Lois really grounded him with love. She's like, Clark, I knew right away that you didn't feel that way about your parents' message, just by knowing him as a person. I really appreciate that, because it seems like Well, I knew when she was doing the report thing, she was being analytical, but it felt like Lois as a character could have been that, but she's not. And I like that. I think her and MJ have that same sort of flair, which it felt like that. It felt like this was the start. He's only been Superman for 3 years, but at that, like, I guess it's fine that Batman doesn't track him down now, but now he's going to, right? He's going to, which I think James Gunn's actually writing that A World's Finest movie. Pretty sure that's what I heard. I wouldn't know though. It also sets up the potential for the Justice League well, and then like I said about Maxwell Lord, he runs like the Hall of Justice, I'm pretty sure. And that's just so confusing to me, because isn't he a bad guy, or maybe he's just a little, I don't know. And I'm excited to see Cat Grant evolve into having her own business, I'm pretty sure she does. That's gonna be so cool. And I just wonder which villain's gonna come next. I thought it was really grounded, but I wish I knew more about like his rogues gallery, like what's going on, rather than creating new characters like the Kaiju and Hammer Balaria. I like when they draw from comics, but it didn't feel like that. It didn't feel like this was a comic story. It felt like a comic book, but its own story, you know what I mean? It felt like The Dark Knight. I would put it on the same level as that. But not as good as The Amazing Spider-Man. That's my opinion on that.
There's only two types of people in the world. The ones that entertain and the ones that observe. Well, baby, I'm a put on a show kind of girl. Don't like the back seat, gotta be first. I'm like the ringleader, I call the shots. I'm like a firecracker, I make it hot when I put on a show. Feel the adrenaline moving through my veins. Spotlight on me and I'm ready to break. I'm like a performer, the dance floor is my stage. Better be ready, hope that you feel the same. All eyes on me in the center of the ring, just like a circus. When I grab that whip, everybody gon' trip just like a circus. Don't stand there watching me, follow me, show me what you can do. Everybody let go, we can make a dance floor just like a circus. There's only two types of guys out there. Ones that can hang with me and ones that are scared. So baby, I hope that you came prepared. I run a tight ship, so beware. I'm like the ringleader, I call the shot. I'm like a firecracker, I make it hot when I put on a show. Feel the adrenaline moving through my veins. Spotlight on me and I'm ready to break. I'm like a performer, the dance floor is my stage. Better be ready, hope that you feel the same. All eyes on me in the center of the ring, just like a circus. When I grab that whip, everybody gon' trip just like a circus. Don't stand there watching me, follow me, show me what you can do. Everybody let go, we can make a dance floor just like a circus. Let's go. Let me see what you can do. I'm running this. Like a circus. Yeah. Like a what? Like a circus. All eyes on me in the center of the ring, just like a circus. When I grab that whip, everybody gon' trip just like a circus. Don't stand there watching me, follow me, show me what you can do. Everybody let go, we can make a dance floor just like a circus. All eyes on me in the center of the ring, just like a circus. When I grab that whip, everybody gon' trip just like a circus. Don't stand there watching me, follow me, show me what you can do. Everybody let go, we can make a dance floor just like a circus.
It's